using the Borders store to demonstrate something about sound. You may see some footage about the making of Meat for Satan's Icebox. And one of the problems that they did there was they used an omnidirectional mic, which I am using right now. So you may find it difficult to hear me, especially with the music going on in the background. You don't want to have dialogue going while there's music in the background, because then when you edit the dialogue, you have jump cuts with the music. So it's better to have the dialogue by itself in the clear, like this is, so that you can make lots of cuts. So the problem is, if for example, if you wanted to add in the music to my singing, you don't want it going on in the background like this, because then when you cut and edit me, you'll chop up the music. So if by chance you wanted to have, if you did want to have the Beautiful Tales from the Crapper theme song sung by Ms. Lila Sullivan, you would then you'd film her individually and use a harp mic and mic her mouth as well as the harp, and mic both and then mix the music and her voice together. So you film the music separately, and then you also probably want to mic Lila Sullivan's mouth as well as the harp, because if you film it like this, with omnidirectional, the way they did in Meat for Satan's Icebox, you probably won't be able to understand what Lila's singing. The harp may drown out her voice, or vice versa. So probably you want to put a mic on her harp and on her mouth. You know, you have two mics and then mix them later on, so that you got the music and the sound of her voice properly mixed. But this would not be very good, and you definitely don't want this whilst there's dialogue going on. When you do sound and you're doing dialogue, it's very important to have a directional mic with a boom. And in Meat for Satan's Icebox, unfortunately, the camera mic, like I'm doing right now, was used, so that the sound is difficult and you hear people talking over each other, because the omnidirectional camera mic picks up everything. So what you need to do is use a directional mic. Now if I bring the mic real close to my mouth, now you can probably hear me much, much clearer. And but this would all be solved if we had a mic plugged into the camera and pointed at my mouth instead of this, because this is not a very attractive shot. So, and if I got really far from me, in fact, we'll show you right now. Oops. See, now watch. You can't hear me, right? See what happens? This is what happened with Meat for Satan's Icebox. If you do have a problem with your sound, you can always use subtitles. Now, if you're trying to film this, you would need to put a mic very close to my mouth, otherwise you cannot understand. But you could put in subtitles. You could put subtitles so at least the audience can understand. Children, stay here so you can be seen. Stay right here. That's it. Stay here. So if you're making this noise, if you're trying to be heard, you may have to put in subtitles, which doesn't work for a narrative movie. It's very weird if you have subtitles. For the documentary, you could put in the subtitles, because with documentary, the audience will forgive you. For a narrative, it will be really weird to have subtitles during Forrest Gump Part 64. The audience would not forgive that. So there's a lesson in sound, and when you're making your own damn movie, use directional mics. Don't do what the Meat for Satan's Icebox people seem to be doing, and you will have a much better time. Thank you to Borders Books for creating this beautiful, beautiful lesson in sound, and for selling Trauma DVDs and Trauma books.